Andrew Carnegie chided, "The average person puts in only 25% of his energy and ability into his work. The world takes off his hat to those who put in more than 50% of their capacity and stands on its head for those few and far between souls who devote 100%. This week, let's talk about moving beyond average. Welcome to Essentially You, the weekly podcast in 5 minutes or less designed to help you advance your career and grow professionally. My name is Mark Mathai, and I believe that if you can rock your work, you can love your life. Welcome to the show. Have you ever noticed that we're all playing a part of a larger story? I hope that's not the first time you've heard that larger story theme. You see, at work, there is a story, and it's driven by the mission, the industry, and the aspirations of the organization. Now, often those aspirations are larger than the commitment of the people bringing them to life, and that poses a problem. Now, what I've learned in building great people and great teams is that anything is possible when we move beyond average. You see, there's a multiplication effect that takes place when people and teams decide to push beyond that point of average and into a point where the world does stand on its head. Now, how are we going to get that done? Well, here's how we can all join the small few who rise to a different level at work and how we can all move beyond average together. I'm going to give you some essential do's and some essential B's. First of all, the essential do's. We need to solve the right challenges. We need to understand an executive function, a higher level leadership function, is to know what to work on and what is the highest value to the organization. So when we learn to solve the right challenges, we actually amplify our efforts. Surround ourselves with the right people, the right diverse people. Here's the key. We need to be surrounded by the right people, and diversity has to be a part of that. What do I mean by diversity? Diversity of thought, diversity of every sort needs to be taken into consideration when forming your teams because it will amplify and multiply the effectiveness of the team because we have different perspectives coming at it. And number 3, we need to synchronize with the firm's mission. You can't act independently, either on your own or as a team. You need to make sure that the actions of your team are in line with the vision of the organization. And you need to constantly be getting feedback and measuring your progress towards that. Okay, what about the essential B's? Well, these are easy. We need to be calm. We need to stop losing our stuff at work. Every time we lose our temper or we get angry or frustrated, just know that that has been a problem brewing for about 3 months. You need to get to the root of that, and you need to train your brain to be calm. We need to be consistent. What does that mean? We need to stabilize our emotions. You see, when we're consistent in our actions, people know what to expect from us, and that drives trust, and trust is a keystone habit of great teams. And then we need to be brave. And what does that mean? That means stay away from victim mentality. You may not always like what you receive in terms of recognition. You may not always like what you receive in terms of problems that get thrown at you to solve. You may not always like your job. But what you need to remember is that you need to stay away from the victim mentality, lean into your natural abilities to think, feel, and behave. We call those our strengths. And you need to be prosperous beyond that. Be so great that the world can't ignore you. So what do we need to do? Solve the right challenges. Surround ourselves with the right diverse leaders. Synchronize with the firm's mission. What do we need to be? We need to be calm, we need to be consistent, and we need to be brave. You see, moving beyond average takes effort, but it was never meant to be easy. But when you begin as a leader to push yourself in the essentials, the essential do's and the essential B's, your day will come when people long to follow your actions. And when you do that, the world will truly stand up and applaud, and you'll know that you are rocking your work and you are free to love your life. And now it's your turn to get out there and rock your work so that you can love your life. Not every job is going to be your dream job. I get that. However, if you can use your strengths every day and you know your stuff, The sky is the limit. If you've liked what you've learned, will you consider subscribing on iTunes and leaving a review? I'd sure appreciate it. Until next week, I'm cheering for you.